welcome back to Rooted Homeschool. I am so glad you're here. If you're new here, I'm Christina. I'm a mom of 5. I homeschool them, but I really want to just come right out of the gate today and say this video is not just for homeschooling moms. I'm really passionate about making this a space where all moms feel supported, feel seen, and feel included. So I know our channel is Rooted Homeschool, and that's, we really started out with just our homeschool content, but I really want to go out of my way to say I am here to support all moms, all families, whether you're homeschooling or not. So whether you're new or whether you've been here following for a little while, please introduce yourself to me in the comments. Let me know what content you're looking forward to seeing on my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. I'm really excited for today's video, and I know I always say that, but it's true. What I'm talking to you guys about today is cultivating a love of writing in your children. So this is a follow-up video that I've been meaning to do since one of my very first videos, how to cultivate a love of reading in your children. If you haven't seen that video and you want to cultivate a love of reading, if you want to spark a love of reading in your children, go back and watch that video. I'll link it below in the description. For today though, we are talking about how to cultivate a love of writing. And I will say, reading great writing helps you become a great writer. So that's just a little side note, but I'm going to give you very specific, applicable, you can start tomorrow ideas for instilling a love of writing in your children. The first step is not to master the skills of great writing. The first step is to spark a love of writing in your children, and the skills can come later. Trust me when I tell you, it is much harder to spark a love of writing when you have beat it up with a red pen, when you have said this is spelled wrong and this is missing punctuation. Those things can come once your child already loves to write. So I would say first step is putting down the red pen, putting down the concerns of, my child doesn't spell well, my child doesn't capitalize proper nouns in the first word in a sentence, and all of those things. And yes, it's important for us to teach our children to do that, but it's more important that they love writing. I'm going to share with you some of the things that we've been doing over the last couple of months that we've really loved and have really worked for us. Just today, we did our second Candles in Creative Writing, which I'll show you in just a minute. And this, if you've been following me at all, either here or on Instagram, you'll know that I'm really passionate about creating engaging learning experience, whether it's reading, writing, math, unit studies, poetry, whatever it may be, and just really creating that celebration of learning. Like, this is fun. This is the fun. It's not like we're going to do this and then we're going to have the fun. It's like, no, we're going to drink the tea and eat the snacks and light the candles while we do the learning. So if you need to come out the gate with something completely new and fresh to totally knock your child's socks off about writing, you need to try Candles in Creative Writing. If you're excited about it, chances are they'll get excited about it. So I get these packs of books in the Target dollar spot. 8 of them come in a pack for $3. And the first thing that's exciting for a 5-year-old is pick which color book you want, and it's every color of the rainbow. These just happen to be the 3 that my 3 oldest children chose today. So I wanted them to create books about space. I do not give my children tests, so I tell them, you're not going to have a test, but you are going to demonstrate what you learned. So I told them that this book was one of those ways that they were going to demonstrate their learning from the unit. So I chose a beautiful mentor text that we've been using throughout the unit as like a supplemental book. And it has tons of information, but it also has lots of different elements that they could choose from to include in their writing, like text boxes and graphics and captions and beautiful illustrations, but also actual photos. And I said you could use a variety of these elements, even cartoons. I said you could combine things like comics. You could have a story as long as you include facts about space as well, to show that not only can you tell a story about space for my older two, but you can include some facts about space as well. So mentor texts is a great way to get your kids excited about writing. I'm gonna run through with you, and I'm gonna try to do it really quickly, so you may wanna take notes for more fun ways to get your kids excited about writing. If you haven't seen my yoga and reflect video, definitely go and watch that. This shows you how you can take an experience like yoga and include writing. So what I have my kids do is we do yoga, and then I have them write a short reflection with some prompts. So definitely go check out that video. They really love it. They're nice and relaxed. It feels no pressure. And again, I give them options. Reflect on how it went for you. Reflect on how your body felt. Reflect on what thoughts came to your mind as you were practicing yoga today. Or write about whatever you want if you don't want to write about how yoga went today. They always love it. It's super casual, and it just gets them writing. Another way I get my kids excited about writing is through shared writing. And there are so many different ways that you can do this, but the way that we've been doing it lately is with this family read aloud journal that I got on Amazon. I'll link it in my Amazon storefront and put it in the description box below. But this has been great because we do read alouds together anyway. And so what we do with this is we track what we've read, and then on any given journal, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of us write in here about what we thought about the book. Sometimes my husband will even be included in here. If it's a book that we're reading like at bedtime or something and he's around for it, he'll write in it too. Like, so you can see this one, everyone wrote about this one, and my husband even did like a little bit of a sketch of the book. So this is another way that I've gotten them writing, and it's really cool because this is almost like a keepsake that you can keep, which I definitely will be keeping. It's a treasure of mine. So definitely the Read Aloud Family Journal. Capture your thoughts, their thoughts, all of your thoughts about the books that you're reading together. Okay, as promised, I'm going to show you one of our favorite activities that we've been doing for writing, candles and creative writing. And this is simply a way to make writing feel like a party for your kids. So it's just lighting some candles, putting out some treats, putting out some fun writing prompts that they can use to kind of spark their creativity. This could be any writing prompts that you find, completely anything. In this particular case, we were just starting out our space unit, so I found some free space prompts, some printables online, and I just printed them out along with some sight words. For Gia, I printed some and just kept them on one sheet, and then printed another copy and cut them up. And not only did it help her with sight words and help her be able to write, but it also gave the boys some ideas of words that they could use in their writing if they were kind of stuck, if they had like a block, to kind of get their creative juices flowing. Later in the video, I'll show you another example of when we did candles and creative writing at the end of the unit, and it added in some extra elements. And then the next thing that we did for writing that was super fun was from Julie over at The Brave Writer, who also wrote The Brave Learner, and she put out a free 7-day writing blitz. It was like a writing challenge, and my kids absolutely loved this.
Number 3, use traditional implements. Again, check for permanence and be sure.
So their first step in this graffiti writing was to find their favorite words or phrases from some of their favorite books. So here they just pulled out some books and were trying to find words and phrases that they really liked to use for their graffiti.
Oh, maybe it's... I like this one too, Mama.
So their next step after they chose their words was to pick a place that they wanted to do their graffiti. So we agreed on the basement wall as a place that they could do actual graffiti, because that's where they play anyway, and it's not really a finished basement. So it was perfect, and they were so excited to be able to draw on the walls and write on the walls. This is day 2 of our 7-day writing blitz from Brave Writer, and this one is all about me. So on this particular day, they had to choose 10 words to describe themselves and then write them on their fingers. And then they could also have the option to trace their hands and then write it on their hands that way. And so Gia chose to do it both ways. Jackie chose his knuckles and his fingers. They really had a lot of fun with this one. Okay, so today is day 3 of our 7-day writing blitz from the Brave Writer. This looks like a lot of fun. Day 3 has them take the words that they wrote on their fingers on day 2 and write more about themselves. But they also have options to write about something else if they want to as well. So unfortunately, this must have been a really busy day around here because I did not record them doing this for some reason. I remember it, and I remember them going up and sitting on their beds in their room to write, and they chose to write on an index card, and Gia chose a window seat and chose to write in a pink marker, and they really enjoyed like finding a place, a different place, somewhere fun to write for this activity. So today is day 4 of the Brave Writer 7-day writing blitz, and today is a mashup. So what they're going to do today is they're going to pick poetry that they love, photocopy them, cut them up, and then make new poetry with them. So it's pretty fun. I have out our paperweights because before they were budding, and I said that they were budding writers when we started our creative writing. And now they are blooming little writers, just like our paperweights. So I have scissors out for them so that they can cut it up after they photocopy it. I have the printer out, which is not usually out, but it'll also be an added bonus for them to be able to learn how to work the printer a little bit. And then just a little hack, which may be obvious, but if I don't have the little Post-its, then I just cut the regular Post-its into strips. Because if it's an activity where they don't really need to use a whole Post-it, then just trying, not to be wasteful, I'll cut them up. And then they can use those to flag the pages that they want to print. And then when they have the pages, they can come out here and print. So just read step 1 for now, and then you guys can just focus on step 1 for now.
Book of poetry, pick a bunch of poems you like, and photocopy them. Now take your scissors to these poems and cut out all the lines or sentences into strips.
It says, let's take a break from original writing and shift gears. Today you get to mess with someone else's writing. We're going to collect already written sentences and rearrange them into a new mashup of meaning. Ready? Go. Directions?
So right now they're just kind of reading and exploring. Gia and Justice went into the living room to pick their poetry. So Justice, I knew, would grab the I'm Not So Good at Rhyming poetry book. So he's looking for his favorites. Gia is flagging her favorite pages from Night Wonders, I think this is, right, Gigi? Mm-hmm. Is that what that says, Night Wonders? Whose orange peel is this?
Not mine. Okay, I got in the center. Now I'm going to close it. Ew. Now I put the black.
Yep, because there really isn't any color on that page, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, Justice is printing and Gia is cutting and arranging. So Gia, what are you doing right now?
Cutting poetry words out of the book.
You're cutting up poetry? Cool.
I'm cutting poetry words out of the book. That's illegal.
You're silly.
Now, next one, get out of my face.
Something I try to do for my little guy is give him an activity that isn't always out, so he's interested in it and isn't wreaking havoc on the lesson. What are you building?
Car.
You're building a car?
Yes.
Cool. Gigi, where's your poem that you wrote? So cool. Wow.
I decorated it too.
Yep, you decorated it, you annotated it. Nice. Here's Jackie's. Brave Writer Day 5 is a grab bag. So you're supposed to put a mystery item in a bag and they put their hand in and feel around and write what they think it is. They do it a few different times. So I'll just show you. Inside the bag, I have a little bird and Sethi pulled it out And they all really had fun with this. So today is day 6 of their 7-day writing blitz. And today is free as a bird. So today they'll look at some of the things that they've done throughout the week. So some of the writing samples are here. And some pictures of things that they did, like their graffiti downstairs and the words on their hands from day 2. And then they'll free write today about one of those experiences or their favorite exercise or what they learned, what they didn't like. And that's day 6. All right, so today is day 7 of their 7-day writing blitz from the Brave Writer. And today they give it away. So it is to give away their writing to someone else as a gift, looking through everything they did for the week and deciding who they want to give it to and how they want to give it to them. And then they also get these little certificates of completion, which is pretty cool. And there's a little message from the author of the Brave Learner and the Brave Writer. So overall, they really loved the 7-day writing blitz. So that's really a great place to start. If you want to instill some fun writing into your day, start with the 7-day writing blitz. It's free and it's a lot of fun. Another great way to get little ones writing, kind of pre-readers and pre-writers who are just learning their sight words, is something I do with Gia when we're reviewing her sight words, is we try to make sentences out of them. And then obviously sometimes we'll need to add in words. So I'll put out the words that we have, like you see here, and then I'll have her kind of fill it in to make a complete sentence. And then I'll put them in front of her and have her write them out on a sentence strip. And she's so proud of what she comes up with. And it really gives her the confidence to do what you see here. This is just her on her own, grabbing one of those blank books in her free time and finding a cozy spot and just writing her own book. So it really just gives her the excitement and the confidence to just be a writer, be an author. So I showed you already our first candles in creative writing at the beginning of our space unit, and now I'm going to show you our last one that we did to close out the unit. Right now my kids are doing their independent reading in the playroom, just kind of relaxing with some books. And I'm about to bring them a little matching activity for them to sort of review. My 1-year-old's waking up from her nap. To sort of review the planets. So we're in like our flex week this week. So this will be where we do some fun projects and review and activities to kind of fully wrap up space and just apply what we've learned. And also, towards the end of the week, we'll be digging in. She's pulling my hair. Hi, Jules. Hi. We'll be digging in and introing some of our new units that we'll be doing for spring. But I'll just show you what I have on the table for them once I give them this matching review activity. So I'll give them this little matching activity as a way to review for the space unit. We just finished up our space unit last week. So today we're doing candles in creative writing. Okay, so for today I have a bunch of different stuff out for them. As you'll notice, I just have a simple little treat for them. Just kind of like a celebration as we wrap up our space unit. Some things that I have for creative writing, first of all, are some creative writing prompts. So these are for like my older 2 boys. They can kind of look at them and choose from them and see if those prompts interest them. So that's not a requirement. It's one of the things they could choose to do. This one is for my 5-year-old. There are 4 different prompts on those 2 pages she could choose from. These are just a bunch of sort of sight words that go along with space. Not only for Gia to be able to spell and choose words, but if they're stuck at all, they could use like the cut up versions to just randomly grab some and create a story with them. And I did in the first section, the easier ones, then the medium and the hard. So I broke them up that way as another way for them to access it. I have the brainstorming sheet. I have these little space activity books out because these are just fun. So especially for my 5-year-old, or if my older boys just need like a little bit of a brain break and they want to do any of this, this is just kind of a fun thing that's out for them. This book has a lot of information in it and really beautiful visuals, which I'm going to have them make books today. So this will be really helpful. And there are also some really beautiful stickers in here. I'll actually show you, because these are just another way to incorporate like fun things into their writing. I'm a visual person, so visuals like this can be really helpful. So these guys have done like some word searches and some fun activities, and now they're creating their own books. So Justice, my 13-year-old, he actually wrote a rough draft of an essay about the ISS, and then his final copy he's turning into a book. So he's like found a picture and printed it out, cut it out, and now he's captioning it. Jackson is working on his about the author page, and Gia did her rough draft here and is doing her final copy in a book where she's doing 1 sentence per page, and then she's also choosing stickers from her solar system sticker book, and she's labeling what they are. So they're doing a really nice job on their books so far. Hopefully you found this video helpful in thinking about how to get your kids excited about writing. There are so many ways and there are so many ideas. I feel like I could talk about this all day, but for the sake of not making this video 45 minutes long, I'm going to stop here and just say, I hope there's at least one thing that you can take away from this video today and apply it tomorrow or next week or even next month or even next school year to get your kids excited about writing. My challenge to you would be to start as soon as possible. Start in a simple way. So it doesn't always have to be this big event either, I will say that. Sometimes I'll use the writing prompts like you saw in the video today as like a quick 5 or 10 minute warm up before we start our lessons for the day. So I might just lay the options out on the table and say, okay guys, you're gonna write for 10 minutes. So you have 2 minutes to choose a prompt, and then I'm gonna start the timer for 10 minutes and you are just gonna write. No pressure, don't overthink it, just have fun. So it can be a simple 5 or 10 minute activity that you do, especially just to start. If you think doing like a writing event like Candles and Creative Writing is too much, or you're like, I don't think I'm ready for yoga and reflect, or I'm not sure they're ready to write a whole essay or a whole book, just start with some fun prompts. They can be silly ones. You can look some up online, like fun writing prompts for kids, and there are so many ideas out there. You could even tell them, write about whatever you want for 10 minutes and see what they come up with. Do something like put the story dice on the table and say, you have 10 minutes, come up with a story. Do a story together, one of you write it and have the younger kids throw in silly details about the story. So just have fun with it, take all the pressure off for a while until they fall in love with writing, and then you can worry about grammar and mechanics and spelling and all of those things. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please click the like button, comment below, subscribe to our channel, click the notifications button so that you know when a new video is coming out. If you're not already following us over on Instagram, go follow us at @rooted_homeschool, and until next time, stay rooted.